Rotation shoulder press. Switching hands each time I drop it. I'm using my doing this 5 times on each side. Hello, everybody. It's been a while since my last upload, and yeah, I guess I'm back. Uh, the reason I stopped was mostly because I didn't feel like it. Editing after a full days of work meant sitting in front of a computer after sitting in front of a computer the whole day, which gets tiring. Well, not necessarily tiring, like annoying after a while, because you kind of want to move around. And also, it felt like the workouts I was doing was less so what I actually wanted to do. It was mostly what I really wanted to do, but I had to structure it in a way that I could present it on camera, and it felt like it took like, even though I was able to do like new movements and stuff, it felt like I was losing some of my creativity, because a lot of times I just like to freestyle. Like a lot of my ideas, like I don't know if you guys have been watching the channel for a while, you know that I try to come up with new movements or new movement patterns, or uh, different complexes, put together things in ways that are not seen very often, or at least that I like. I don't necessarily try to get like try to repeat a workout. And a part of the reason I can do that is because I like just imagine or stuff in my head, and then I just like to try it out, which sometimes means doing one exercise for one set and then moving on to something slightly different, doing that for one set, stuff like that. And when I have to present it to a video, or I have to present it on video, it like I'm not able to do that. I have to like do 5 sets of a superset or whatever, and it doesn't give me as much space to be as creative on my own time and also make my video. And so one of the things that I would like to do, and I guess the future, is to be able to express that idea of doing one thing at a, like, how I my creative process, I guess, if you want to call it that. And so yeah, it's not always going to be um, like a full workout that I try to put on in an episode. It might just be me experimenting with stuff and how I come up with different things. So in any case, that being said, I'm back and I plan on uploading 4 times a month at the bare minimum. Sometimes it's going to be more, sometimes it's going to be less, but 4 a month is like a low enough number to where I can convince myself to do it. I'm not holding myself to the everyday thing, which starts getting tiring after a while. And I think 4 times, I might do it more than 4 times a month. I don't know, but that's what I'm holding myself to at the bare minimum. With all that being said, let's jump right to it. So this is a complex that I've been doing a lot at the beginning of my workouts. I find that it's a nice way to get everything warmed up. And yeah, so it starts off with an around the world clean to external rotation shoulder press. Do this 3 times on each side. Then figure 8 clean to external rotation shoulder press. switching hands each time I drop it, using my 25-pound kettlebell. Then tactical clean to external rotation. This idea of that was a bad one. This idea of externally rotating while doing the shoulder press just adds a little bit of a core component and makes the movement a little bit more flowy and fluid. Then I'm going to switch hands as I drop it, as opposed to doing a tactical clean and then do a clean and shoulder press. So switch hands, clean, shoulder press, switch hands, clean, shoulder press. And then to finish it off, a rotational tactical clean to shoulder press. So as you can see, there's a lot of like external rotation and switching of hands, all of which recruits the core in different ways. Also a lot of shoulder pressing, which gets the shoulders involved. And yeah, just a lot of movement, gets the heart rate going, gets the blood flowing. The weight's 25 pounds, so it's not heavy enough to where my muscles are anywhere close to failure. It's just something I can move fluidly with. Then with my 7-pound mace, single arm 360 to forward rotation, and repeat for 10 on each side. 7 pounds is really light for me. These two are just warm-up movements essentially. Something to get the heart rate going, but performed long enough to where it does feel a little taxing. Something to get me primed for the rest of the workout. Also, it's October, and this is unrelated to what I was just saying, but it's October, which means good weather is going to be gone fairly soon. So quite a few of my future uploads, especially starting November, is most likely going to be in the gym. But there are certain things, like I think the visuals of the video outdoors is better, but being in the gym gives me access to certain things like a box, different weights of kettlebells, and some machines and stuff, which, you know, gives me the ability to have, or ability to come up with different complexes that I can uh, from. Uh, wait, let me finish this. All right. So when I'm in the gym, because I have access to other resources, I can come up with complexes that I can't when I'm in my backyard. And while I'm at the gym, I can't use the mace and the clubs. So while it feels like most people appreciate the outdoor videos a lot more, and it was kind of, I guess, bad timing to take my break over the summer instead of taking it now, but it is what it is. But that, with that being said, there's been stuff I've been doing at the gym that I think I haven't put on video yet, and so yeah, there's, I think, cool stuff to look forward to. In any case, going to do this for a while to get warmed up, and then on to something else. So for the next set of movements, starting with my 15-pound clubs. So I'm going to do a moving double club clean to pullover. So starting off in a staggered position or B stance position, right leg forward. Going to swing, step as I clean, pull over, Swing, clean, step, pull over. Swing, clean, step, pull over. I'm doing 2 steps forward and 2 steps back, but the rhythm stays the same. So swing, clean, step, pull over. Doing 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. Then with my 15-pound mace, doing a 2-handed 360 to 1 lunge on each leg, then repeat. So I'm doing left hand overhand and going to the right for the first 5 reps. Then going to switch overhands or overhand and then repeat. Then with my 50-pound kettlebell, going to do a flowy complex. So I'm going to go a figure 8 squat thruster into a snatch. So figure 8 clean, squat thruster, and snatch. Switch hands while dropping and repeat. Doing this 3 times on each side. So yeah, this is the second set of movements. Gonna do it probably for like 4 or 5 sets, maybe more depending on how I feel. Yeah, on to the next. So in the previous set of movements, I did an exercise at the end, which was a figure 8 squat thruster to snatch with the kettlebell. And I'm going to mimic a similar movement with the club. So starting with the club in, I guess, whatever this position is called. I believe it's the equivalent of a rack position, but for clubs. Then switch hands as they drop it. Figure 8, clean, squat, pull over as they come up, and repeat. Doing this 5 times on each side. The challenge with this is mostly how to clear your legs. So you're gonna have to figure out how to do that for your body. It's gonna change by how long your legs are and stuff like that, and how long your club is as well. But once you get it down, it's a pretty cool movement to do. Then moving into something heavy with my 106-pound kettlebell, 48 kilograms. I'm going to do, I guess, clean and squat. So swing, double clean, squat, get up, clean, squat, get up. Oh. Then two-hand deadlift to row. So 3 squats and 5 deadlifts to rows. Then for the final movement, using my 35-pound kettlebell to do side to side kettlebell swings. Going for 10 to 15. Pretty tiring sequence of movements, but yeah, that's what it's all about, I guess. I'm doing 5 sets of this probably. That was my third. Probably one more set of movements after this. But yeah, let's see what happens. The camera angles for today's video aren't that great. Like I mentioned earlier, I think I mentioned it earlier. My tripod broke, and so I had to buy a new one, and I didn't realize that it had broken till I was getting everything ready to record today. So there'll be a tripod coming tomorrow morning, and while I said I'm only going to do 4 uploads a month, I might want to use the new tripod tomorrow, so there might be back-to-back videos. And I'm not limiting myself to 4 uploads a month. It's just a good minimum number that's so low that I can't excuse myself into not following it, and it's not that high that it's frustrating to keep up with. However, for the next set of movements, starting with my 30-pound mace, just doing 10 regular 360s. Switching sides. After 10 each side of that, going to my 15-pound mace. I don't think this movement is something that has appeared before. It's something that I picked up from someone who calls himself Leo Savage SMF for Steel Mace Flow on Instagram. So it starts off with So depending on what kind of mace you have, there's like a part to grip the mace with, like higher up than the base, and you go into a reverse mill, and then when it's behind you, you switch hands and repeat. Nice flowy movement, and like with any or most mace movements, a lot of shoulders and core involved, a lot of back, a lot of serrated arms throughout. You can play around with where you grip the mace. Personally, somewhere around the middle of the mace works best for me. After that, with my 106-pound kettlebell, going to do a swing into a clean and lunge. During the swing, though, I'm going to flip it. If anyone's trying to replicate it and doesn't want to flip it, they don't have to flip it. So, looks like this. And then on the last one, flip to a squat. So yeah, 2 lunges each leg, and then a squat at the end. So that's it for the main portion of the workout. And like my previous videos, going to end off with some juggling after this. On to a good old juggling and chat session to finish the video. Before starting, I thought that I had all these things to say, but I really don't know how to structure these things. Like, there's this whole concept of audience retention, when to speak the things you want to speak, etc. There are thoughts that come into my head throughout the day, just in general, that I'm like, oh, I wish I could share this. And then it comes time to record the video, and I did, like, those thoughts are kind of fleeting, and then they don't come back till I'm editing or something like that. And I have to figure out ways to share these ideas better. Like, there are entire YouTube channels where it's just a guy smoking a cigar, speaking out his ideas and how he interfaces with the world. And while what I'm doing is more workout centric, uh, there are things that I want to express, and like certain things that certain ideas through which I view the world, that also translates into how I view working out, and vice versa. In any case, on to juggling. not bad. So what I've noticed with kettlebell juggling is just handling the kettlebells in general gives you the spatial awareness of where the kettlebell is going to be. And every once in a while, if you flip the kettlebell, you kind of hold on to some of that where to place your hands while catching the kettlebell uh, that you need, that skill that you need to do this. So even though I haven't been juggling every day, or even like that often really, the mere fact that I do a lot of kettlebell movements seems to make the act of like just moving around with the kettlebell while kettlebell juggling like feel just the same. It doesn't feel like I've missed a beat. I say that as if I haven't been juggling at all, but I have been, just not like when I used to post videos. I was pretty much juggling every day, and you know, you don't have to, but I'm pretty sure if you did, you'd get a lot better, a lot faster. Ah. Not ah, that was going good. As the flows get longer, the amount of explosive energy, so like it's like this balance of how much power output you have versus how much endurance output. Doing 2 flips requires just enough power to where it doesn't feel like too much of an exertion. But if I do like 3 flips, it requires this additional explosive strength. And as the endurance, as the body requires more endurance, the power output goes a little lower and not able to generate 3 flips with the ease that I want to. In any case, one more flow before I end the video. Not that complicated of a flow to end off, but I'm kind of getting tired. And yeah, that's my first video back. There might be a video tomorrow, like I said, because I will get my tripod, but we'll see what happens when the time comes. That's all for this video. See you all in the next one.